Okay, so let's start with the obvious question. How do you feel having watched that again?
I have watched this for the third time, and with some corrections, which I didn't watch before, just to make some surprise for myself. And the thing is that I'm, as my mother said, I'm pretty much emotional and empathic. So each time I watch it, I have my heart beating for my whole body. Yeah, because it's like having a war in your country. You can understand that only when you have it. But when someone is talking about it, it's not the same. So I feel it in full, and you can just watch it. It's the difference. So yeah, it takes a lot of energy, actually.
We had a quick chat before everyone came. Hi, everyone. And I said my main takeout was that for you, doing nothing is not an option. Yeah, that was one of the takeouts. Yes. And that kind of comes through again and again. Do you want to talk about that for a little bit?
I can talk about anything you want. Yeah, I'm pretty much open.
That was tied in with the other thing that you were saying, which is you feel frustrated that the scene doesn't do enough. So do you feel like you're overcompensating for that, or do you feel like you're obviously taking a stand on behalf of a bunch of things?
I think I covered the most responsibility. I took it serious, and I'm the only one, I think, from Ukraine to do that much. And yes, I can see that it's affected my career. I have lots of unfollowers. I have a minimum of activity on my pages right now. It went absolutely down. Like, very hard to get reactions, comments, shares and stuff, because people... I saw one story of someone telling that it's sad that Nastia is the only one who keeps spreading the truth, but everyone is fed up with her. And I totally accept it. I absolutely realize it. I'm not trying to escape from it or just close my eyes on it. I see clear of everything what's happening. And but I want to come back home. And as much as I do, of course, even if it's sensitive, and I need to now to think how to rebuild the strategy of getting attention on this topic, because some of the instruments are not working anymore. So you need to always to find other way of how keep people aware on this topic and get some attention, support, especially with donations right now is very, very hard. And I'm gonna keep going this way, even though I feel sometimes frustrated that why I'm the only one who is taking that risk and taking that responsibility. And of course, I have many colleagues from Ukraine who do nothing. Yeah, they just like their comfort zones also, and doing their job, having gigs, making business, and whatever, keep their own way. But I don't judge them. I just see myself as a single warrior in the field, like this kind of a feeling that I'm lonely and I'm alone, yes. But I'm strong enough. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on going, and I will do my best.
Apart from the political stuff, it also explores your relationship with your daughter and also your mother. Was it important to show how connected you are?
Of course. It's my background. That's the lifestyle, and she, even like watching the video where we're in the kitchen, eating her pierogi, which she cooked just in front of us, and the whole mess she has in the kitchen, and the small house. And I'm coming from the village. I was born there. Like this is my environment that I was growing up in, and. I think getting the opinion from people who are close to me, it's also, it's just making the picture more volume, like more angles. And I think it's important, and not only for me, but also for them and for the people to see the whole thing, not just me.
Yeah, but I get the feeling that your daughter understands your career maybe more than your mum, or would you say that's not right? Because my mum is 80 and she says, I'm fascinated by your life, but I don't understand it. Your daughter said, well, mum's a DJ. Does your mum get your career, or what did your mum do when you were growing up?
The thing is that my mother is able to live her life because of me.
Right.
I'm the main sponsor of her life, let's say it this way. And when I finished my school and moved to Donetsk, it's in Donbass, where I studied in a university, and at the same time I was working as a go-go dancer.
Yeah.
She said that I wish a better life for you, but I'm not gonna make any kind of a pressure or influence to change the way you do, because I'm not able to provide what you need. So if you choose this way to live your life and to, just I made myself able to live the life I want, and she just was brave enough to let me free, and she trusted me, as I said. So she said, I have no option. If I will have money to decide for you where you need to study or where you need to work, she didn't have this opportunity. So the only way she could do is just to let me go and do what I feel like.
Does she understand DJ culture?
Yes.
I guess is the other part. Okay, she does.
She does. Yeah, of course. I mean, she is.
And I guess as well as your mum, maybe the one thing that she cares about most is whether you're around or not. So if you're touring, she understands that she's not going to see you so much. But then when you come, I guess you just want to be.
She's used to it because I'm doing it since 2005, and I've always been traveling a lot. And for her, and I think for the whole my family, and also for the whole village where I was born, it's I'm kind of a celebrity, nobody from that region went that far in career building, and of course they're wondering. I sometimes think my father is texting me from the village I was born. He still lives there, and he's texting me a message while I'm in Australia, and saying Dad, sorry, I have a different time zone. I'm in Australia. And I immediately imagine if I will be him receiving the message from his daughter that she's in Australia, which sounds like another planet, because he never been out of Ukraine, he never traveled that far and stuff. So it's interesting, yeah. My mother, I think everyone is proud of me. Yeah. I'm representing the whole family, and I'm supporting everyone who is there, sisters, parents, everyone. Now, especially now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And your daughter is in it quite a bit. How often do you speak every single day? I guess you probably do.
We are in a very, very good relationships. And yesterday she was doing a test, the second test to be accepted in a boarding school in UK, which we're working right now for her 9th grade. And I think she was less nervous about it than me. But we talk a lot, and we talk about everything. I decided once when she was super small that I'm gonna answer on all of her questions if I would answer on those questions to you. So I'm absolutely clear, and she respected, and that's why she's trusting me. That's why we have this kind of strong connection, and she has so much support and respect to me, and the same from my side. So it's as a mother, I'm absolutely proud of these relationships.
We talked earlier before everyone came in about we talked about a few things. One of them was I have this feeling that people can't consume more than about half an hour of anything anymore. Yeah. And this is a 30-minute documentary. But you also said, well, actually, I also watch 2-hour things. Yes. But the other point I think you were making was sometimes people online play it safe. So maybe social media just plays it safe. And that, again, comes not necessarily talking about social media, but you expressed that sometimes people just stay in their comfort zone.
Yes, definitely.
So how important is it to be out of your comfort zone as an artist and a DJ and what you're doing? I guess extremely.
I think to step out from your comfort zone is the only way to get progressive. This is the way of progress. Like you cannot be progressive in your box. Like only some circumstances which are taking you out of this box, and then you feel something different, and it accumulates your energy and your focus and your mind. Your body and your mind start working in a different way, and I absolutely could say that I became a stronger personality going through this. Like I'm one of those artists who are bringing discomfort to the scene. It's absolutely obvious for me, and I deserve all the hate from people who love this entertainment side of my job, because they struggle and they don't like it. But at the same time, I feel special, and I feel that I'm making the difference, because there are not so many people who are ready to step in this field and step to this red line, because I stepped in a red line.
Yeah.
And we don't have so much of this in our scene, and also because I think people say like, you know, I mean, even like yesterday we were home and we were watching some documentary about jungle music in UK, like old one, and the music and the artist said like, music is the place where people escape the reality, the job, the problems and stuff. Yes, it's true, but it's a manipulation. When the people tell me this, I think that, yes, you're right, but it's all about the music that you listen, or at the party where you're going. But as a community, the music community, you need to have a quality leaders, you know, like who are bringing out some important topics, who are gonna like help you in educational things, like in music education, or some social important social topics, or it's politics, or it's war, whatever it is. Everything what requests responsibility and proper reaction and empathy, support and action is not welcomed in our scene. You can, the war in Ukraine was in the beginning was a huge wave of support. We all respect that, and I'm grateful to everyone who did anything that they could. But now it's the hardest moment for the whole country, because everyone, as I said, as with me, everyone is fed up with Ukraine, with the war, with the news, with this blue and yellow colors and stuff. People just, you know, they say to themselves, okay, this is enough, you know. So now is the hardest phase of the moment.
That part that you're talking about is summarized quite nicely at the end. Is a really powerful moment where you say something like, to the left it looks like spring, and then to the right, you know, that building which is pretty much derelict. Can you talk about how that sort of sums up what's going on, doesn't it, really, in a way? Like, to the left, it kind of looks okay on the left, but then the reality is you look to the right and we're not through this yet.
The thing is, you can see it, as I said, only if you have an experience in it. Like, as I also say that going through the pictures in internet and Telegram channels or whatever, okay, it looks scary, it looks this and that, but when you arrive, it looks, you just resist. And it's the same question that I have for myself every day. Why I pay this price for my happiness? As an artist, I lost everything that I had before the war. Like, my key was posting the videos where I'm happy, killing it, smashing it, you know, like jumping, like giving it energy and stuff. Now I feel I'm blocked. I feel like I cannot be the same as I was before, but I'm not yet at the point of my the final transformation, you know, like where I'm gonna be in 1 year, who I'm gonna be, how I'm gonna be and stuff. And it brings me a lot of pain because it's not fair. I'm paying this price only because Russia invaded Ukraine. And now I'm going through my feed in Instagram and I see other artists who are still having that life that I used to have. They're still posting the happy videos where they're killing it, smashing it, you know, like posting the fashion projects and stuff. And I feel like this is not the right thing to do for me right now. I cannot, I'm feeling the outsider. I'm feeling absolute outsider of the whole thing that I've been a part of for 17 years. And this is the hardest point, I think, for myself right now. That I feel that I'm not there anymore, but I didn't reach my destination yet. And I don't know where it is.
So I guess the final question, what would you like people to do having watched this documentary? Think a bit harder? Or like, is there a few things there? I
don't believe they will understand. And I saw a lot of arrogance as a reaction on even the trailer that I posted today in my Instagram. People say, you won the Oscar, or they say, drama queen. You know, it's like this kind of things that shows what kind of community it is. Lots of disrespect, lots of judgment, lots of ignorance. And for me, I also lost this sense of doing what I'm doing for those who are just, you know, who just making their conclusions on the surface. They are lazy to dig deeper. They are lazy to spend their time to make a fact check. They're ignoring the facts and they see what they want to see. And it's a complex problem for me because I'm facing it. And it's like, for me, it's like a broken mirror, you know, like everything was great and then everything started to get broken. And then I feel like I'm in that apartment that we saw after the bomb shelling. And this is my place at the moment. And I don't believe that scene will understand me. I'm happy that we caught this moment. For me, it's important that I can analyze it from 1 year to another and go through, and you know, it's a very important of my life, and I think for Ukraine it's also important. For me, it's another occasion to use it as an info, you know, like, and also publish it and keep on saying that the war is not over. I know that you don't want to listen about it and you don't want to see it, but it still exists and it's still there, you know. And the wrong thing about it is that people silly thinking that it has nothing to do with them. That's the biggest mistake from the crowd and from the audience. They think it's just like, okay, we can just, you know, put it on the side and then still keep doing what we do. But it's so close, literally. And we know that Putin will never stop unless we stop him. So I don't wish this to people to experience, but I already accepted that they will not understand me.
Okay, well, thank you for excellent answers. I'm going to open up to everyone else out there. Has everyone got a question?
Yeah, Nastia, thank you for telling your story, and well done for carrying on. I know it's been incredibly difficult. We're all behind you. We're all behind Ukraine. I was just wondering, when you went back to Kiev, am I right in thinking that central Kiev is relatively protective and they didn't break through? Did you go back to Podil, to the club scene? Are the clubs still there? And what's your outlook in terms of the long-term view for the club scene in Kiev? Do you think it will, once this is all over, do you think it will come back and thrive like it was?
For the scene, I think the biggest problem now is that lots of people fled. It's not only about survive this war. and stay there. And some of the clubs, they're trying to do some events right now, and because we have a curfew, it's a daytime events until 10 p.m. and then by 11 p.m. you must stay home, locked. It's also like a limitation, also because there are not so many people in the city, and it's the like kind of division. Some of mostly men stayed because of the martial law, and those who fled Ukraine, they're already building up their life in European Union or anywhere else. To finish the war is the first question. To see who survived the war in the scene is another question. And third question is who will be able to come back and to continue building it up, because the community is broken. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Hey,
Hi.
has your emotions of the last few months or your experiences changed the kind of music that you listen to or the kind of music that you DJ?
Yeah, I try not to change too much, because being professional, it also means that you need to keep going, and you need to. The thing is that my philosophy about my life, the whole life, is like not letting things to change my life too much. Of course, with the war is a different thing, because I'm very much connected to the place where I live, and now I'm disconnected. It's like that's why I have less power, and I feel like I cannot even recharge my batteries, like because I need that land, that energy, certain place, and I feel weak already. But if I change so much, that will be destroying me at all, like completely, because I'm already losing my audience. I'm already have a lot of negativity towards me, and I understand why. I understand why. That was my decision to do it, and having this idea that I'm gonna face it. But if I'm gonna completely change my style right now, that's gonna maybe kill my career completely. Yeah. So I try to keep and stay in the same way that I'm who I am, yeah, and who I was. Maybe that's also kind of a connection with my past that keeps me on the track. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Thank you, that was amazing. Do you think, when I saw the comments obviously about Nina and the reaction or no reaction that she kind of gave and the statement that she didn't give, do you think the reaction from the community and other people in the industry was slightly altered because you were two women? For me, watching, sometimes the reactions was maybe slightly misogynist because it was just two women against each other, or?
So what? I mean, the thing is that I think this solidarity, female solidarity in the scene is quite toxic. Mm-hmm. Because you cannot be free saying, like getting in a confrontation with other female, because you cannot be judged, first of all, because you are two women. Yeah. And everyone is thinking, like, if you are two women, then you need to be, like, you need to have this solidarity. But what kind of rule it is? It's not true. It's like some kind of a fake that we build around this idea of feminism, you know, like we have to support each other wherever, like whatever happens, you know. I don't think it's cool. So it doesn't matter for me who is it. Like it could be Nina, or it could be like Karl Cox, who live in Russia and who be Russian. I would also speak out about him, you know, like. And also the wrong thing about me and Nina is like it's a lot of years that I'm experiencing this wrong impressions from the crowd that I tried to be Nina, I'm copying her, and this kind of like confrontation that they start to build the community, the audience started to build inside between of us since the beginning of 2010, you know, like 11, 12, until 15, and then more and more, and like it's the total confusion all the time around us, and people wrongly think that I'm doing it because I'm jealous, but this is so primitive. You know, like it's this is and this is again the answer about what kind of how intelligent is our community to think like that. I'm that stupid to step out and show myself as also stupid, you know, like just because I'm jealous. I mean, it's not that. And if you're smart and intelligent enough, you will see the different message that I try to bring, you know, like, because to be a leader on a scene is requesting some actions, some responsibility, some, yeah, you need to be someone. You cannot just post the pictures of you, how you spend your time in a swimming pool, or like how you, like whatever, with no message. The thing is that our social media is full of the content without the message. Like it's mostly 90% of entertainment, so it's easy to eat. So it's like a fast food and content. Sugar, you go, you get in like sweets, and then you feel like, okay, I'm done, and you feel good. So every time that someone is bringing out some kind of discussion, the scene starts to shake, and lots of controversy is coming out. Like, but I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed. I accept it. I don't mind. But I feel like the internet is full of kids and innocent people, like, you know, like kids, like really, even if you're 40, you still can be a kid. Yeah, and you show yourself in the comments or reactions. So that's the sad thing about it. But that's fine. I'm fine with that. I had a good, how to say, express course for the last 4 months. Yeah. Yeah, I've went through lots of things, and I understand better the whole scene right now. It was a good school. Yeah, definitely.
Any other questions? Okay, one more.
I feel like social image is like quite a big topic within this whole discussion. Do you think like moving forward you'll use your platform to sort of spread positivity and like, important messages? Because you mentioned people posting pictures of them playing tracks and dancing, and let's be real, there's a lot more important things to see. Do you think once the war is over you'll still use your platform to discuss those topics, and do you encourage other people to do the same?
Of course. I mean, I'm already there. I cannot step back, you know, like I'm already there. I really enjoy this role, even though it costs me a lot of energy, stress, and like the prices, for me, it's big, actually. But the thing is that because our social media is already over, how to say it, with this kind of a content without a message, I also can see that it's the beginning of the era when people will need personalities, not only artists who are playing the music, or not only the people who bring in this kind of content which is just entertain you. I understand that to be someone, to be leader, to bring this scene to another level, we need more personalities who will, like, you know, educate people, yes, not only with the music but also with some social topics. Like we already went through Black Lives Matter with the harassment, sexism. Now it's a war, and war is different quality, is different side. But I can see that people are not ready to talk about it yet. But we will get there, and we will have. I hope we will have more and more people who will move the scene in a more like the way where I will not feel I'm playing the music for adult kids, you know, like, yeah, I wish that. I'm gonna be the same way, yeah, with all of the risks I'm taking, because I already did it. There is no way back.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.